Welcome back to the CNR Podcast, episode 76. We are back, guys. How are we feel? Well, first I gotta give the intro. Jeez, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm your host, Griffin Aldrich. Alongside me, we got our co-hosts, Andrew Quinn and David Caires. And we are back. We are back. And with the Thanksgiving special.
Hope you guys have some good turkey.
Andrew's having too much fun with that soundboard.
I love the soundboard, man. I love this soundboard. This is gonna be a regular.
Play it again for everyone for this Thanksgiving special.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Why is it? Wait, my question is, why does it sound like it's in distress at the end? That's my question.
Because it's on the plate.
I guess you're right. I guess you're. If you guys are listening on this on Spotify, go watch the video and just see David's face when he said it was on the plate. We are eating that turkey because it is Thanksgiving. Now I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for the. Jeez, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is later, but I'm thankful for everyone. So everyone, do me a favor too. Go subscribe down below before we get started. But we're back, you guys, and the Celtics are just over 500. And my question for you guys is just, what are your thoughts on the Celtics play as of recently? Because the Boston Celtics have been a roller coaster. You know, we talked about last year in January how they were playing 500 basketball, and it was just a roller coaster of emotions because us watching the Boston Celtics, we're used to this team winning. All right, occasionally lost, and then you have a bad night because it's like we just lost. But ultimately, we've been just expecting this team to win. However, the Boston Celtics have had a 500 year, and I'm getting throwbacks to, last year, and a lot of questions are coming in my head. Do we tank? Do we be consistent? Like, I just want to ask you guys, what is your thoughts on the Celtics as of recently? And we'll go Andrew, David, me. We'll go in order.
Yeah. So I think that, obviously the Celtics got off to a bit of a shaky start to start the season. And like we are always discussing, they're a young team, a new team, all trying to figure out what their roles are, where they're going to fit into the rotation, and how they're going to ultimately win basketball games. And I think we can't underestimate that. We can't. We have to understand where they're at and what they're facing, and just give them time to continue to develop and grow into the team that they are. And if we're being honest, in the month of November, I mean, they have made improvements. They have found ways to get better as the season has progressed. Boston's actually doing pretty well. And obviously, I'm very high on Brown. We talked about it in the recap, and their offensive rating as of right now is about 118, sixth in the league, right? So they're competing. They're putting points in. They're allowing a couple more points than normal and compared to last season's, but as we said, that's to be expected. So I'm not really too disappointed in this team, considering where they're at it and kind of what the expectations were for them. I think guys like Derek White, we're still kind of wanting to see him continue to find his way and get a little better. So that's something that I'm a little shaky on, and he still needs to improve upon. But from that perspective, other than that, this team's they're winning games and they're competing. Right now I'm pretty happy with where they're at, and I expect them to just continue to progress.
Yeah, I mean, recently I look at the last two games, and we had the embarrassment against the Nets on this past Friday in the NBA Cup game. I mean, that was just inexcusable. Losing that game, and then we bounced back and beat the Magic, a team that prides itself on its defensive identity. Maybe, obviously they're off to a shaky start as well this year, but we put over 130 points on the Magic, a team that is a defensive juggernaut in recent years, and we are able to win that game in epic fashion, I guess, on the offensive end. It's been a weird season, and it reminds me a lot of the season right after the bubble, the 2020-2021 season, where, funnily enough, the Red Sox. Sorry, they're not the Red Sox. I just got done doing a Red Sox podcast, so make
Check
sure.
that out. Go check it out.
But the Celtics finished that season at 36-36. Truly a mediocre season. Maybe we're honestly heading that way with the Celtics, and when this whole thing's said and done, we'll finish the year at 41-41. Sorry, 41-41. But we'll get there when we get there. That's like months down the road. It's really not so much for me this year with the Celtics about, as crazy as it says, like the wins and the losses. It's more so about the development for me. Like, obviously, I want this team to keep winning. I want this team to be in the playoffs. I think it'd be interesting if this team were in a play-in. Like, I could do a whole podcast on why I think a play-in would be so crucial for the development of our young guys, just having some sort of like intense playoff experience underneath their belts heading into next season when we get, the franchise player back, Jason Tatum. It's a weird time we're in as the Celtics fans, where you're convinced this is a development year, but you see glimpses that maybe it could be more. And then if it's maybe more, are we going to get Tatum back in like February, March, April? And then can that catapult us into a run later in the season? But to answer one of your questions from your opening remarks, Griffin, I absolutely do not think we should tank at all. And I would reprimand any fan who considers themselves to be a fan that is rooting for the Celtics to tank, because you are not a fan of a sports team if you are actively rooting for them to suck. Like, you cannot call yourself a fan.
And if I could just add something to that, I think tanking is more detrimental to the Celtics' development in my eyes than actually really playing out the season in playing, trying to play winning basketball. Because in my opinion, you want to find ways to obviously develop your younger guys and figure out how to kind of figure out where they're going to fit. But I think in doing so, you still hold them to that high standard of winning basketball games, and you put that pressure on them, and you put that winning identity. Whether or not you're winning games, you still go into every game thinking we're gonna win this game, and we're gonna give everything we have on that court. We're not gonna tank. I don't think you want to give guys that even a thought in their mind that they're gonna tank, because you want them to give it their all. That's gonna be really where they develop, when they're giving 100%, and they're playing with guys like Jaylen Brown, where next year Tatum comes back, they have an understanding of how to play with Brown.
And I'm a firm believer in like karma in the sports world, where like teams that tank, like that karma, if you're intentionally tanking, that karma always comes back to bite you. Like,
Definitely.
you know, I remember the Clippers a few years ago tanked the final game of the regular season to, I think, avoid the Clippers in the first round matchup. And then later in that playoff run, Kawhi Leonard tore his ACL and missed the whole following season. And another infamous example in the NFL is allegedly the Colts tanking for Andrew Luck in the early 2010s, and then Andrew Luck dealing with injuries the rest of his career and retiring early. So I just believe in karma as well. And also, even if the Celtics tried to tank, it probably wouldn't go anywhere, because the East is absolutely horrible right now.
Right.
With the Wizards, Hornets, Nets, and I'm forgetting one team here, the Pacers, basically all sucking to the extreme so far this season. So basically, the Celtics would have to try to be worse than the 10 seeds so far in the Eastern Conference that we've seen in the NBA this year. So might as well just ride it out, see what we can do with this team, and then see who can be a part of the core moving forward once we get some more clarity when Tatum will be back, either later this season or for sure by the start of next season.
Yeah, and I just want to add on to that, because like we shouldn't tank on purpose. Like, the thing is, I get it. I like Debanza too. I think he's incredible, and I think he screams and loves Boston. I think that's a guy who has Boston written all over him, but you don't tank for him or Cameron Boozer. Those are guys who, say you fall into a Maverick situation, maybe they were more so in a tanking stage, but this team could look to play competitive. And by the end of the season, with how the lottery is fixed out, the Boston Celtics could potentially even end up with those picks. So it's like you don't do it on purpose, but if you lose some games and it's like, all right, you don't fall to being the number 6 seed, you fall to being the 10th seed or something. Maybe the Celtics do end up with the number 1 or 2 pick. Like, who knows what could happen? And I don't say you go out there and purposely lose games, because what you guys said is completely accurate. You don't go out there and lose games. You go out there and play competitive. There's guys on this team who needs to learn in a developmental year that we've talked about. Those are guys that need to go out there and learn how to play when Jason Tatum comes back and this team is once again a quote unquote competitive team once again. So you don't purposely lose. If the Boston Celtics do end up being the 10th seed, though, would I be mad? A little bit, because we didn't play aggressive, but at the same time, it's like we're going to talk about this ahead. The road ahead too looks crazy. So if it's like you do end up falling to the 10th seed and you get Debansa, great, but you don't purposely do that. You don't purposely try to lose games. You have too much of a competitive coach to purposely lose games.
Well, that too. I don't think they have it in them to not compete and win these games. Like, it's just the standard that the Celtics organization holds. It's the legacy that has been set in place. And you can't. There's just no way. You can't willfully do that. I just don't see it. And it's just not gonna happen.
It's just not logical. And my thing about the Celtics play as of recently is it's been a roller coaster. Back in January, it was a roller coaster. It was like, all right, we think we're supposed to do good, but we're losing to teams that we should not lose to. Now it's like, all right, we kind of know where we're at, but it's still games where it's like, oh, should have had that one. Oh, should have had that one. And then you play a Magic team, which, again, they haven't fully figured it out, but it's like you beat the Magic and it's like, oh, great, we just beat the Orlando Magic. You beat the Cavs. It's like, great, we beat the Cavs. You beat the 76ers. It's like, great, we beat the 76ers. But then it's like you have those games where you face the Rockets and it's like, all right, we know what we are. So again, it's a roller coaster of emotions. Like, there's going to be games where we're going to have a phenomenal game, but then there's games where it's like, all right, we kind of see where we're at. Like, it's expected, you know?
It's like they're on a ride at Kenobi.
Yeah. All right. Andrew has ongoing beef with me because I don't know how to say it.
I'm Team Andrew on this one.
Low-key, and I get it because you're from Maine, so you haven't been.
I'm from Connecticut.
I was
born in Connecticut, but
I moved and you don't necessarily know about Canopy. But I've been going to Canopy since I was probably 2 years old. 2 years old. I was riding the little rides on the side, and then I grew up and was able to ride the good rides and all that. So like it's just so close to me that I'm like, I can't even fathom that people don't know how to say it. But I understand it.
I'm more of a Six Flags guy. See, because I grew up in Connecticut, so Six Flags was right there. So that was my like little go-to,
Right. 6, 7 Flags.
David, you what mascot was it? Like this meme needs to die. David, you and this meme.
David's
run
with it. Hey,
David's keeping it alive, you guys.
I'm keeping every single number meme alive. It's going to be my goal. I mean, episode 76 with 76 backwards, 67. So I'll find it. When we hit episode 8, 9, I mean, that's going to be crazy.
All right. Well, going back though to the Boston Celtics, I mean, I just want to give one initial thing for fans too is, and I don't remember what one of you guys said it, but it's like, if you're a fan of this team, who said it? You don't tank.
David.
It was David. David, you take the can we give him a round of applause, Andrew?
Yeah, of course.
Let's give him a round of applause for that one.
That needs to be a little more on cue. My apologies.
But I just have to say, with that, it is true. If you're a fan of this team, you want to see them be successful. This is a team that you don't want to wish negative upon. This is a team where you want them to thrive. You want them to do good. They have young guys like Josh Minot, who we'll get into later in this podcast, and Jordan Walsh. And there's guys where it's like they could really turn into something, and the Boston Celtics could be raising banner 19 next year. I know that's drastic to say so early, but it can happen. Anything can happen. But do you guys have any final thoughts on how the Celtics have been playing as of recently?
I mean, that's not a crazy thing to say. What you just said, Griffin, where like the Warriors had a couple years where they reset after winning 3 championships in a 5-year span and going to the finals 5 years in a row, and then we all know what happened in 2022. I don't really want to talk about it too much. It's still a sour spot, but they reset where they had a year where most of their team was injury prone. They punted for a year, and then they reset, and everyone came back healthy the following year, a couple years later, and they were able to get the job done. So it's not crazy to say the Celtics. I almost said the Red Sox again. It's not crazy to say the Celtics could get back into championship contention by like 2028 for sure. Maybe not next year, but I think by 2028, that's not crazy to say.
No, not at all. And to be honest, I keep saying this, and this could be a blessing in disguise in some ways, because you get, Tatum's injured. That's not something you want to see, but you got to take something away from it, right? You got to find the positive in the negative, and find somehow to take advantage of the moment and move forward. And the Celtics were on a crazy run. They were intense. They were, Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, just continuously having seasons go very late into the NBA season. And it's almost like David said, obviously reset, but it's just these guys have been just pushing and pushing and pushing. It's like, this is a little time to kind of take a step back, reevaluate, reassess, and then push forward and kind of have a fresh perspective on the season and just start over. I know this is not an SMCC basketball podcast, but this college team, the college that I came from, they won the nationals. They had this whole kind of, standard set for them. And yes, that's the standard you want to set, but it just it ran its course. It was ready to have a fresh start and move on. And so I think the Celtics are almost in that same position where it's just like new identity, new team, new guys, and we're just going to rebuild and just keep going. So it's almost a blessing in disguise.
And especially with guys getting older. I mean, Drew Holiday, Al Horford, Porzingis, who not really older, but dealing with injuries and stuff. And I know you guys have heard the rumors about the Celtics potentially going Porzingis, but like there's so many guys who, it was great for that 1 year, but again, old age, time to reset, hit the reset button. It was due for the Celtics when you have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who we didn't expect that injury to happen to Jason Tatum. But when you have guys young and in their peak prime right there, you want to win now. So they got guys to win now. And these are guys where this is a year to test guys. And it's like, can we implement them into our roster? And that's all that has to be said. It really, because that's what the Celtics did. And so a question I want to ask you guys now, and we'll go into it. You guys ready for some main Celtics talk? You guys ready for some main Celtics talk?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right. So if you guys have not looked at our Instagram, we are doing the main report. So I wanted to really brush up on it really quick. This is going to be one thing that we are doing, not affiliated with the main Celtics, but we are giving you guys some main Celtics content. So I just want to brush up on that, and we'll have more displayed for it in the future. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But I wanted to talk about Andrew and I's opportunity to be able to go to the Maine Celtics, get to watch practice, and talk with Ron Harper Jr. So great interview. Great interview. Went
Awesome.
about, David's going to give another comment. Went about 7 minutes long.
Not 6.
Seven.
Not 6 though. Went, went about 7.5 minutes long. We're able to talk with him and just get some phenomenal questions answered. And we look to do it again. So we're going to be giving you guys pictures, interviews with fans. So if you're if you're from Maine and you go to Maine Celtics games, keep your eyes peeled for us. And if you want to come talk with us, come chat with us because we would love to interview you guys.
Definitely. And I mean, it's been a great opportunity. It's very grateful to the Maine Celtics.
Yes.
Evans,
Yeah.
Boston,
Thank you.
head over their PR and all that. He's been really great and helping us out and giving us this opportunity. But I was super, super happy to attend that practice and see how the Maine Celtics are operating over there, because, you realize how important the Maine Celtics organization is for the Celtics. I'm serious, because you watch that practice and you see them implementing plays. You see them running similar sets to the Celtics. You see them starting with intensity, and that's so important for any team to have. So that way, when you go up to the Celtics, there's a little less learning that you have to do, and you can just be inserted right into the system right away. And I think that the Celtics and the Maine Celtics are doing a very, very good job at that. And just from going to one practice, I was pleasantly surprised at how well they're practicing over there.
And one thing I was impressed with too, and again, I haven't been to a lot of G League practices, so new to me, but one thing that I love too is that 95% of the guys are so eager to get better, and we're putting up shots even after practice, and I'm sure that
so many guys after practice.
So it's just the eagerness to want to get better and succeed and get their shot ultimately up at the NBA. But everyone comment down below because David's coming with us sometime too. So we're dragging David along with us sometime.
I have to make it up there again. I went to a game last year against the Iowa Wolves, Maine Celtics, Iowa Wolves, and the Maine Celtics blew them out. We had some like crazy.
I was at that game too.
I think, yeah, that was before we knew each other, but we were at the same place. We didn't know it. But I think the Celtics shot the lights out that game. They had like 60% from the field, 50% from three, something like that. But that was a heck of a game. That was a fun time. I got to make it back up to the great state of Maine at some point.
Yeah, we got to make it happen. 100%,
we got 100%.
We got to go for a game. Now, Andrew, do I show the video right now, or do I give them the peak of it later when we're talking about our Thanksgiving?
Let's hold off. Yeah, we'll show it. We'll show it then.
Yeah, we're giving you guys a little sneak peek before it's released. So
right. If you're watching this, you get to see a little snippet, which is very nice. Nice. But I kind of want to go into kind of right now, just kind of where the Maine Celtics are at and how they're playing right now, and kind of some interesting stats. So right now, obviously, I mean, first we'll just go. Ron Harper's friggin' leading the charge right now.
Player of the week.
Player of the week. 46 points at the Expo. I mean, he is doing everything possible to get his, really, really find a way to get a contract, and get up in the NBA. And it's awesome to see. And I just think that his presence, his leadership, it's clear that he's a good dude, man. So the leadership that he brings is awesome. And that's just great to have within a Celtics roster as well, so very good to see that. And we had so yeah, they're doing very well over there and currently averaging 112 points. They're going on like a little 2-game win streak right now, so playing very well.
I want to show something. It's loading in right now. Here we go.
Player of the week.
Junior player of the week.
Yes,
averaging, like you said, 36 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. He's been on fire. So again, thank you, Ron Harper Jr., for your time. And his dad actually made it to the game. So I'm gonna fire up a graphic once I find that too. But his dad actually got up to a game. So Ron Harper Sr. and Ron Harper Jr. in the same building. So while we're going through this later on, I'm gonna pull that up. Maybe when we talk about it later will be a good time to show you guys this post, but we'll bring that up. But again, when we have more time to go to games and stuff, we're gonna bring you guys so much more content. Like,
Yeah.
don't think this is it, because we're gonna interviews, and let us know what you want us to ask some players. So let us know in the comments down below if you guys have any questions for the
Yeah,
players.
please
And
do
anything
that. Like,
you want us to
we,
talk
we
about.
want, we even want to have a segment where we're just asking strictly your questions to a certain player and have you guys really, really pick the brains of teams. Because really what we want to do is find a way to give you that opportunity and kind of and bridge that gap, because it can be tough sometimes to get in contact with the players and talk to them. But if we could bridge that gap for you and give you the chance to interact with them and find a way to have them answer some of your questions that you have, we're gonna do that for you. So please drop those comments down, and we'll make sure to deliver.
Yeah, and that's it for the main report today. But we will be bringing you more Maine Celtics content, so keep your eyes peeled. So, an important question I want to ask you guys is, we talked about this on the recap as well. Um, Josh Minot a little upset. I wouldn't say upset, but he was kind of iffy about getting out of the starting five. He said, and we're I saw a video of this. I don't remember who it was from, but it's like he said it's like giving someone $20 and then taking it right back,
Yep.
which I get it. He's been playing good basketball too, and I'm gonna say, and this might leak what you guys think I'm gonna say, arguably better than Jordan Walsh, but Jordan Walsh has still been putting his heart and soul out there and doing a lot better than we thought. We thought this guy, coming into summer league, we were like, all right, is this guy, should he even be on the roster? And there's been times, but Walsh has been proving himself. And we got the opportunity to speak with Walsh at the Maine Celtics last year. And this is a guy that I've been very high on, and we've all been high on as a whole. But who do you believe deserves the starting role? Josh Minot or Jordan Walsh as of right now? Andrew David will go through. What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, right now they're pretty interchangeable in my eyes. I think it depends who's got the hot hand. It depends who's really playing well at the right time, right? And obviously they have similar roles, but it could still really depend on occasional matchups, right? So I think I personally am kind of leaning towards Walsh, because in my eyes he's kind of trending upwards right now in finding ways to improve. And I think you give him the starting role occasionally, give him mine. I don't think it's really black and white in my opinion at this moment in time. So it's kind of tough to answer, and it's kind of like I said, it's not black and white. It's not, you know, I personally right now I kind of indifferent with those two guys. I just want to make sure that whoever starts off hot. If they don't, we'll put in Walsh, right? It's kind of that's kind of how I see it.
I'm pretty much the same. I think that's like a matchup based thing, and whoever starts at the four. I guess they really are two different players, which is interesting. And I think that this may be the most interesting storyline we have in starting this young season, is who is going to get the bulk of those minutes at this four position moving forward. Is it going to be Minot or is it going to be Walsh? I mean, obviously Minot is putting together more stats across the stat sheet to start the season through 17 games, and Jordan Walsh is I think affecting the game with more of his energy. So I think it really just comes down to what is going to be more important for whoever the matchup is. And what is needed at every point in each of the games. Because if you need stats, if you need someone to go out there and score for you, grab some boards, and then do a decent job playmaking, obviously the answer to that is going to be Josh Minot, based on everything we've seen from him through 16 games so far this season. But it's going to be Jordan Walsh. Maybe he can have a role like an O'Shea Brissett had on the Celtics in the championship run, where it's just a guy coming off the bench, just bringing the energy. Because I still think, it's year 3 and Jordan Walsh is still only 21. Like, he won't turn 22 until next year. And it's clear that he's a project that the Celtics are willing to invest time in. He's a very raw project at that, though. He is very reckless with the ball, but I do like the way he plays on defense. I do like the energy he brings. But with that, you're trading the fact that he's probably not going to give you the same offensive output as a Josh Minot. So it really just all depends. But again, sticking to my theme of this being a developmental season for the Celtics, which I'm perfectly fine with it being, I don't really care who starts. I think both of them are only going to get better, and I'm just happy to see both of them averaging like close to 20 minutes a game. I think for me, if Josh Minot were to not like have a crazy game the rest of the season, I'd be perfectly fine. He's already exceeded my expectations through his first 16 games with Boston. I think for me, it's more so just how does Jordan Walsh get to be a little bit more consistent and less reckless, and how is he contributing to the team other than bringing energy? I think that's more something I want to see the rest of the year from Jordan Walsh compared to Josh Minot. But I'm perfectly fine with either of them starting, that being a rotating thing. And so, yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree. I would say for me, I don't think it really necessarily matters who is in that starting spot, because yet again, when Jason Tatum comes back, none of them are going to have it. So, I could see Minot's frustration for this year, but he's not even going to have the start. And I don't even think he's frustrated. I think it's just a sense that, it's like, all right, I didn't get it for too long. So it's like, all right, I didn't get to keep that spot. So it's like, whatever.
I mean, you're just speaking the truth, to be honest. You're just saying how it is. I mean, I understand maybe a little drastic of a comment, but it's how it feels. It's you want to start, you want to have that position. I mean, I do think too, though. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I think it depends. I personally might have been with an answer of just it is what it is. Let's just move on, but nobody's perfect.
Yeah. And like saying that, at the end of the day too, with Josh Minot, it's the fact that he still brings energy off the bench. And that's what you want, because this is a guy who, again, you're building guys who can become a factor next year. It's looking at guys, it like, again, going off of what David said, this is more so a developmental year than looking at it as, all right, we're gonna be a championship winning team. Because sorry, if you guys haven't had the thought, not yet, unless Marty the Meat Man said, as we did our predictions, unless Jason Tatum comes back. But ultimately, it doesn't look like the Celtics are going to be a championship team this year. So, getting guys inserted into roles that they could feel comfortable with. So I think, even mix matching it. Like, I liked how they even had Hugo Gonzalez there at one point, having guys being able to just move that around, because they want to get playing time. And these are players where, no one is going to have that starting 4 spot next year when Jason Tatum comes back. So it's just moving guys around, giving them different looks, giving them different playing time perspectives, because again, next year it's going to be a lot different. So I think the big thing is just giving guys bigger minutes than they're used to. And again, I'm going to go as far as to say Luka Garza as well. This is a guy who hasn't seen a lot of minutes, and that's a guy who they've been inserting a lot recently. And I want to throw you guys a question, and it's not even on our board to say, but what do you guys think about Chris Boucher? Because I thought that was a guy early in the season that could potentially get that starting spot at the 4. And he's been hit with a lot of DNPs and not even coming off the bench. I mean, he's been not playing for the Boston Celtics, but what are your guys' thoughts? Because he's been a good bench piece for the Raptors, but now ultimately non-existent for the Celtics. And
Yeah, I'd say that right now at this moment, like he, in my opinion, is just not playing up to par of what we expected for sure. And you have to understand that like there are guys kind of ahead of him. Like I think Minot, I think Walsh, like whether you like it or not, I think they're more similar players than you think, like from like a length perspective, position wise. Like Boucher is not a center. He's not your classic center, in my opinion. Boucher is playing more out on the wing, playing more out, kind of spacing out and knocking down shots. But right now, he's really not kind of shooting the ball particularly well. He's shooting 31.8% from the field. And when you have a guy that is out on that perimeter, like that's not going to cut it for you. So that's kind of how I see it. And he's also not shooting the three ball well whatsoever. I mean, there's just to me he needs to be scoring and putting the ball in the hoop a little more for me to give him those consistent minutes.
yeah, what about you, David?
Yeah, it's we'll have to. Yeah, I think this actually is funny. It rolls into our next topic, what we'll be talking about. But I do wonder if Chris Boucher will get more minutes, just given the news with Cada. But that was that was my initial thoughts too when we first signed him. Is we traded Niang, and then I thought Niang was going to get that starting four spot, and then we traded him to the Jazz to clear up some cap space, and then we went out and signed Boucher, and I'm like, all right, well, our starting five is going to be Pritchard, White, Brown, Boucher, and Cada, and
Right.
Boucher I don't think has gotten a start all season, and as it's been said, he has been buried at the end of the bench. I mean, there's potential there in a lot of levels. Obviously, he's a 2019 NBA Finals champion with the Raptors. As it's been said, he's like very highly regarded in the Toronto community, the Toronto miles statistics with the Raptors, given that he spent his whole career there before he came to us this offseason. So, I mean, I don't know. I hope he gets some more opportunity here. I would be shocked if he doesn't. We saw him a little bit in that Magic game, and I mean, there's potential there. He can knock down outside shots. He can grab boards. I'm not really sure what's going on there. The big man rotations under Joe Mazzulla, it's like throwing a dart at a wall and just like trying to figure out how to predict those are always going to go in the 4 years he's been our coach. But yeah, I think we'll see. Well, if he doesn't play over these next few weeks or however long Cada is going to be sidelined, and that's going to be a little bit weird to me for sure.
Wait, how long is Cada out for?
We don't know. I mean, he's at least going to be out for Wednesday, but he's just got a left ankle sprain. But the Celtics didn't provide a timetable.
Yeah, and we'll get into that in a second too as well. But I want to add on Chris Boucher too is 32 years old. So it's like that was a guy who I think they initially brought in because they're like, all right, this can be like a player that is still has something left in the tank and we could win now with him. But I think the Celtics looked at him and they're like, all right, he's not doing what we anticipated him to do. Now let's, not play him as much and give guys like Josh Minot and Jordan Walsh those opportunities because those are guys who we can invest in long term rather than Chris Boucher.
Yeah.
I think that's ultimately what it comes down to.
Yeah,
And,
I don't disagree.
Yeah. And now a question. So are we at the point too where it's like really give whatever guy is doing better the starting spot with Josh Minot and Jordan Walsh or kind of mix matching them depending on
I think just feed the hot hand, find matchups, see what's working. I don't know. I personally think Minot probably has the upper hand right now, but I think that either way, it's a start that's fine, and it's something that I mean, honestly, I think starters are super important. They're awesome. They matter a lot. They help you start the game off hot and give you momentum. But when it comes down to it, whoever starts, if they're not playing the way they should be playing, you yank him and you put in someone else, right? Like starting, it really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter in my opinion, because if you're not playing well, you're gonna sit down, and then someone else is gonna get more minutes than you. Ultimately, the guy that deserves more minutes during a game is going to get those minutes, whether he starts or not.
Yeah. And now moving on, I want to ask you guys, because this is just a reoccurring question in my brain. Should Xavier Tillman get waived? Should they look at the free agency market, look in the G League perhaps, and look at guys and move on from Xavier Tillman? Because I tell you what, this is just my opinion. I'm not high on Tillman, but I think Tillman still has stuff left in the tank. I don't think they should completely go out on him. I think they haven't been giving him an opportunity, especially this year. However, if they're not going to use him, I think they need to utilize that spot elsewhere. So I think, look at it as an organization as a whole. If you're not going to give him an opportunity this year, you're not going to give him an opportunity next year. So it's like, go find someone that you could develop and have be a bench piece and take over that position. That's my thing. I think the Celtics should waive Tillman if they're not going to use him. However, if they're still going to use him and see if he still has stuff left, then go use him. But I think if their plan is to keep benching him, I say go out and move him. What are your thoughts though?
Yeah, I think as we said, we're going to discuss this, coming up. But Amari Williams is getting pulled up, and with this injury with Cada, and watching Amari Williams play, just highlights at the main Celtics. I mean, his ability to dribble the ball, make creative passes, be a floor general, set hard screens, attack the rim with authority. Like, in my opinion, he's kind of already somewhat got an upper hand on Tillman. In my opinion, I think Tillman's good. I think he's serviceable, but he's not anywhere near the talent of a guy like Amari Williams. Obviously Amari Williams needs to probably kind of figure out how to fit into the system, figure out how he's going to figure out just like the pace of the NBA, and figure out the timing, and figure out kind of just playing at the NBA level. But Amari Williams is better than Tillman. And if Amari Williams does find a way to kind of make an impact in these next couple of games, and you're like, okay, maybe we got to keep Amari Williams up. Maybe we bring him off the bench and we utilize him like that. Then a guy like Tillman does. You're like, well, we have this big man in Amari Williams. Do we really need him anymore? Let's maybe waive him. Get a guy in the G League that we could potentially develop and go that way. That you're right. There's possibility in that.
Yeah, and David, you go right after this, but I think, I think maybe even trusting some of the guys you have, such as a Ron Harper Jr. or Amari Williams.
Right.
I think Amari Williams will affect the team right now, but so can't a Ron Harper Jr. and see, like, maybe trusting that spot with someone that you already have and then going and picking up another two-way player. But yeah, what about you, David?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting if Tillman does not get any minutes, specifically here in the short term tomorrow night against the Pistons, with Cada being already ruled out for that game. I think I fully expect Luka Garza to be starting in Cada's place, but then, Boucher just got 14 minutes against Orlando on Sunday. Like, is that enough to have him be the backup center to Garza? Or is this going to kind of be like an audition between him and Tillman for this game? I would guess maybe it would be the latter, between Tillman and Boucher, to get some minutes tomorrow when Garza is off the floor. I do think that, honestly, Amari Williams, at least for tomorrow, is probably just going to be like a end of the guy bench call up. Maybe if he's up here for longer, he'll get more minutes in like a game against Minnesota on Saturday, or the games on Sunday next week, something like that. But I think if we're not using Tillman specifically tomorrow, then something's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't really understand. I mean, it's beating a dead horse, but like, Tillman was viewed as a great acquisition when we got him at the deadline in the 2024 championship season. He was great in short stints in that regular season. He had the great moments in Game 3 of that final series against Dallas with the block on either Luka or Kyrie in the corner three. And then just all last year, like he barely played. That was a mystery. He's barely played at all this season. It's still a mystery. And I was very bullish heading on to Tillman this season. I mean, he lost 12 pounds in the offseason. Like I was back in the Tillman train. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what Joe Mazzulla sees with him, but he is just refusing to play him. And I don't know. I mean, you're kind of, if he does play tomorrow night, and like this is where Mazzulla is kind of screwing himself a little bit, because you have two guys who you're going to have play probably some heavy minutes tomorrow who have cold feet, and a guy like Chris Boucher who's only played or appeared in 8 of a possible 17 games. I don't even know what the number is going to be for Xavier Tillman, but it's definitely a lot lower than that. So you're already putting yourself in a rough position in the short term. But I mean, if Tillman, again, if he doesn't play tomorrow night, then just what are we doing? I hope he plays. I still think there's some value there. And Griffin, what you said was 100% true, where it's, we think there's something left in the tank for Tillman. At the same time, that is a wild statement to say about a 26-year-old player. It is 100% true, but it's a wild thing to say about a 26-year-old player that was once viewed as a depth piece for a Memphis Grizzlies team just a couple, 2-3 seasons ago. So I just hope Tillman gets some reps. He wants to be here. He could have easily left us after the championship run and gotten more money elsewhere, as crazy as that sounds in retrospect right now. But he took a lot of less money to stay here in Boston. So just give him a chance. Like what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, definitely, especially in a season like this, for sure.
Yeah, and my thing is now, and we can move forward to this even. I think, and Andrew, you hit this right on the head, is Amari Williams could be the next guy up. If they're not going to utilize Tillman, I like Amari Williams, but what are our thoughts on Amari Williams going into tomorrow night? I mean, are you guys excited for this? Because I looked at this. Andrew, you gave us a great analyzation of him. This is a guy who I'm excited for. And David, you said it might be on the end of the bench. We might not even see Amari Williams tomorrow. But I think, showing some trust in him. And this isn't like a guy with Anton Watson who they brought him up, gave him a little last hurrah, and then waived him after. This is a guy who I think the team shows a lot of trust in, and I think they are very high on him going into the future. So I'm excited for this. We might not see a lot of him, but it's still something I'm anticipating for.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm excited. I really like him as a player. I like him as a general that can create on the offensive end. Like I said, though, it's going to take a little time for it to adapt. And in an NBA Cup game against the Pistons, who has Jalen Duren, who is playing out of his mind, is a beast, is physical. That's going to be a tough matchup if he does find those minutes against him. So maybe you bring him in latter half of the game and kind of give him those opportunities, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't know too much about Amari Williams, but I just literally looked up a clip of him that went viral, I guess, of against the Delaware G League team. He went
Delaware Bluecoats.
Yeah, Delaware Bluecoats. Thank you. And he went coast to coast and threw an alley-oop to another player. And that's crazy to me. A 6'11" guy throwing an alley-oop to another player. So
no, he has that. Yeah, he has that in his bag. He's
got some playmaking chops. I mean, yeah, this is a raw prospect here with Boston. I mean, I hope the kid gets a chance. We'll see what happens. I think in that 5-second clip, I don't want to make any crazy assumptions like this guy's the next Victor Wembanyama or whatever, but I think he's got some potential. So I don't want to say too much on him because I don't know much about him, but I hope he gets a chance.
Yeah, me too. I really do hope he gets a chance. I'd just like to see him play, to be honest, because I like his game. So it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, and I can't wait to get the opportunity to hopefully speak with him. That would be great. So let us know if we are able to speak with him. Let us know any comments down below.
Any questions?
Yeah. And now moving on to the fun part of this one, because I tell you what, we had a lot of fun.
Every part of this is fun.
Every part of
Every part is fun. Come on, man.
I know. Give me a boo. Give me a boo from the sound effect.
You know what? Yeah. You deserve
Is there a boo? Is there like a? I know.
Oh, there's a boo.
All right, let's hear it.
It's Lars.
All right, let's hear it.
I just played it.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it either.
Really? Oh.
Oh, Andrew's soundboard is messed up.
What the heck? I swear I'm playing it. I swear I'm playing it. Well, all right.
Anyways, I get a boo. I'm saying the Thanksgiving themed part of this. There we go. But before I do that, I promised you guys, and if you guys are on Spotify listening to this, just go check out YouTube at some point too. But
bad timing.
That was the worst timing for this. But here is a picture of Ron Harper Jr. and Ron Harper Sr. As I promised.
Look at that. That's
again.
awesome. Good to see.
If you guys are on, like I said, if you guys are on Spotify, sorry, go to the main Celtics and go look it up. It's right there. But let's start off with what. All right, so here are the two questions, and you guys can hear me say them too. But our questions for everyone at home is: what's on your Thanksgiving plate for one, and number two, what are we thankful for? But I asked Ron Harper Jr. this, so he's involved with this too.
Let's go.
So I'm ready. You guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
Hear it.
Let's play. Thanksgiving's coming up. What's on your Thanksgiving plate?
Thanksgiving plate? I need turkey, but the turkey can't be dry. I need gravy on the turkey. We're gonna have the stuffing. I like my little honey ham too. With the yams, we're gonna have yams, macaroni, collard greens. Yeah, that's about it. We're gonna top it off with some sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie. You know, we're going out to Westchester. And we played up during Thanksgiving, so I'm going to be close to home. So hopefully I can get home and get me a little plate, you know what I'm saying, and just have a good time.
Yeah, and who are you thankful for? Last one.
Who am I thankful for? Thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for the main Celtics. I'm thankful for the fans, man. Shout out to the fans.
Good stuff, man.
Ron Harper. I have to say, though, I'm not.
We appreciate you, Ron. We appreciate you.
We love you. I've never met you, but I love you.
I know. I showed my brother because we're again, this clip's going to come out too. We were talking about Chipotle, and I was telling him about my brother eating a whole bowl.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And, yeah, Andrew, as a hooper, could you do that?
No, it's crazy. His brother would house a full Chipotle bowl before a game. There's just no way, man.
I don't know how he did it,
but
he was talking about that, and then Skylar is a huge Ron Harper fan, so we'll have to get Skylar on the podcast sometime and talk about Ron Harper Jr. with him. But the only thing I do have to say is I'm not a big fan of the yams.
No, not a big yam guy.
Sweet potato pie lost me.
Sweet potato lost you.
I don't like
pumpkin pie redeemed it. Sweet potato pie and the mac and cheese. No.
Oh, what?
No mac and cheese.
No
mac.
Right,
so let's get into like what's on the plate.
All right, yeah. All right, Andrew, you start us off. What's on your plate?
I'll start off. So I'm going, like, if I say this is like my first round, right?
Yeah, first round.
Going up, I'm getting what I want on my plate. This is what I always have, and I love it. I go mashed potatoes, turkey. We'll go some. I like some carrots. I like some roasted carrots. I like mac and cheese. I like some cranberry sauce. I like a little. We always do crescent rolls. Some bread. So I like a little bread, and I'm trying to think what else. Sweet potato. I do like little sweet potato as well. So I don't know. I think that's kind of my plate right there. I feel like I'm missing something, but stuffing. That's what I'm missing. Stuffing.
Am I disrespectful? My girlfriend and my sister said it's disrespectful for me not to have. I've never had a Hawaiian roll. Is that messed up?
That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. You gotta try the Hawaiian roll, bro.
I'm trying the Hawaiian roll.
It's delicious. It is. It's some good bread. I'm not gonna lie. It's good bread.
If it's like the Texas Roadhouse rolls, I'm down for it. But David,
it's close. It's close. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to try some. So, David, what's on your Thanksgiving plate?
Yep. So obviously turkey. Turkey drenched in gravy, along with my potatoes being drenched in gravy. We get the carrots, we get the peas, we get the cranberry sauce. If I'm feeling it, the stuffing, and some toasted rolls as well. I mean, like Andrew said, I'm probably missing something, but just keep it very standard. And then, I mean, I try and my average Thanksgiving is usually like 3 plates. Maybe I've had some where I've pushed 5, but
Let's go.
1 to 3 plates. But it's 2 full plates, and then it usually is like a wimpy third plate. But I try and
Sometimes the third plate is like you choose what you like the best. Like you're
David,
what hit the most this time, and then you're gonna go for those thirds on that one.
exactly. That's the thought process. You hit the nail on the head with that. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going through.
Well, David, this year for you, I'm smashing that over with the Thanksgiving plates. I'm smashing the over on 3. I think you're gonna hit 4 this year.
Can we bet on this on like
Should we have a game? Should we have a little betting? A little bet? We should have the people figure it out. We'll have the people.
How many plates over or under 3 plates?
Right. Everyone down in the comments, over and under. David has 3 or more plates.
We'll set the line at 2.5.
2.5.
2.5
or more plates.
I'm smashing that over. I think he's going 4 this year.
Going over. Honestly, I want the over because I think a good Thanksgiving is a Thanksgiving where you just eat as much food as possible, right? Yeah. So I hope you just are able to eat as much food as possible, have good food on your plate, man, and you get to eat as much as possible. You know, you got it. You got it on Thanksgiving.
All right. You guys ready for my plate? I got my sister made some good mac and cheese this year. I taste tested it yesterday, so I'm
You taste tested before? Oh, because you were helping out.
Yeah. No, she told me to taste test it. So it's some bacon mac and cheese too. And yes, mac and cheese is a Thanksgiving food. It is.
It's getting there.
David, you guys don't have mac and cheese at home? Try it out. I'm telling you.
I'm more of an elbows guy.
A what?
Elbows, just basic the elbows pasta with butter. That's just my.
Okay.
All right. I'm having relatives. All right, so I'm having the mac and cheese. I'm going turkey with some gravy, and I like the skin on there. I like the skin, so I like the turkey skin. I'm going with what else we got? A little bit of stuffing, and then I'm going with the mashed potatoes drenched in gravy. You hit that on the head, drenched in gravy with that and the turkey, and then. You know, I'm going with what else? I'm trying to think. One of those red lobster rolls. We have those. And then lastly, like
I'm sorry, that is so mean, the lobster roll.
No. One of the red lobster butter rolls, not actual lobster.
That you get rolls.
Yeah. The ones that you bake.
No, that's a good thing. That sounds incredible. When I hear lobster and then you're from Maine, it's such a Maine thing. I love it.
I know.
But 95%, that's all like a little portion. 90% of my plate is gonna be green bean casserole. You can't go wrong with some green bean.
That's the best. Explain, Griffin. Explain.
I can't give away the secret recipe, but it's green beans with like some. I don't even know what else they use, but it has French fried onions on top.
Okay.
Have yourself some cream of mushroom soup, like mixed in with some, like I don't know. It's just.
It sounds good, man.
It's some good stuff.
Beauty of Thanksgiving, man. Eat what you like, man.
But can I tell you the best though? The leftovers is a turkey sandwich with some mayonnaise on there.
Oh yeah,
can't beat that. But that's my Thanksgiving plate. I want to ask you guys though, what are you thankful for? And I want to go first. I'm thankful for the fans, you guys. I'm thankful for family. I'm thank you for everything. You know, I'm blessed to be alive. A day above ground is a great day. I'm blessed for all of you guys here. I'm blessed for everything. And I just want to say thank you so much. I'm blessed for I'm giving a shout out to my brothers, my sister, my girlfriend, my mom, my dad, my grandparents. I'm giving for you guys being my best friends. I'm giving a shout out to you guys. I'm giving a shout out to everyone who watches the podcast. So I'm thankful for all of you guys. Thank the Lord for being here, being able to do this podcast. It's a good day above the ground.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, I love that. Definitely Yeah, first of all, thank the Lord, man above. I mean, thank you, appreciate that, and appreciate you guys and everything you've done and your consistency with this podcast and give it all. Like that's awesome, man. And Griffin, thank you for inviting me on this podcast the first time and giving me this opportunity. It's been amazing. It's really given me something to do and not play basketball. It's given me some another purpose, which has been awesome, man. I appreciate all of you guys that are showing endless support on the podcast and are throwing us follows and supporting that. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the fans that came on during the off season. That's awesome. And just thankful for food, thankful for family. I'm thankful for it all, man. Thankful for it all.
Life.
Thankful
Thankful
for life. You gotta have the perspective, man. So appreciate everyone. And let's keep this thing rolling, man. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. Well said.
Yes. Thankful obviously to the most highest, of course, for giving me these opportunities. I am very blessed with the position I'm in life, just with my current situation, just having healthy family members and having my support corner just be so big with friends, family, parents, grandparents, siblings, and things like that, cousins, and all that. So, shout out to everyone who's in my corner. Shout out to you guys for the support. Obviously, I mean, me and Griffin obviously met earlier this year, and we're putting together something great here. And then obviously Andrew, me and you did some cool interviews and some good content creation over these last 6 months in Massachusetts and in Maine. So I appreciate you guys making the trip up here and welcoming me to Maine the few times I went up there. And just thankful to, live, I guess, in the best sports city, best sports state in the world.
Yeah, that's
thankful for the Celtics.
Thankful for Brain Rot for giving me things to put into these videos, and thankful for food, time with family, all the above. I mean, just really, I should stop more and reflect on how good I have it, because not everyone has it as good as me, and I'm just really fortunate for the position I'm in. I'm humbled, and I want to be better at trying to make every day, live every day like it's my last. So just thank you for everyone, and for us here at CNR, this is only the start, and it's going to be great things. And we're thankful for all you guys who have been with us in the journey, whether it started right now or whether it started when this thing started a year ago. We're just really happy and thankful for everyone and everything.
Yes, sir. Well said, David. Well said.
You guys got me emotional over here, almost tearing up. I tell you what.
Sentimental. I love it, though. I love it, man.
And we're about that time where we give our predictions for the road ahead. So we're going 5 games this week. And again, apologize for not giving you the road ahead. So if you guys were trying to bet on whatever, we're sorry about that. But we have the Detroit Pistons, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Cavs, the Knicks, and the Wizards. So 5 this time. Big jump, because we'll record either next Wednesday or Thursday. So 5 games. What are the Celtics in those 5 games? What do we see them being? Anyone got their prediction yet?
I will say we are going to go 3-2.
3-2.
I want to do 4-1, but 3-2. I think.
Who do we win and lose to?
So we're going to lose to the Pistons tomorrow. We're going to squeak out a win on Saturday against the Timberwolves. We're going to lose to the Cavs, and then we're going to get back-to-back wins against the Knicks and Wizards.
Okay. What about you, Andrew?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty. I think right now, we'll lose to the Pistons. I think they're playing very good basketball right now. They're hot. We don't have Kata playing against Durant. That's gonna be a tough matchup. So I think we might lose that game. T-Wolves, I think, we might not get that game. Actually, I think we might get that game. And then, so I'll go 1-1 as of right now. Cavs, I think, will fall to the Cavs, fall to the Knicks, and then we'll get the Wizards. So what is that? What's that, Levy?
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
2 and 3. 2 and 3. Okay, yeah, 2 and 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. We lose to Pistons. We lose to the Timberwolves. Cavs are. I think we win against the Cavs.
Ooh, interesting.
I think we lose against the Knicks, and then I think we win the Wizards. So I think we go 2 and 3 as well.
2 and 3. Okay.
I might be wrong with that Cavs one. Maybe we pull off a win against the Knicks rather than the Cavs, but not sure. But I'm going 2 and 3. You're going 2 and 3, Andrew, and David's going 3 and 2. So you're a good luck charm, David. But I have to tell you guys that this schedule, this is a rough little path we're in. So just it's some competitive games. It might be fun to watch. Maybe the Celtics dominate it. Who knows?
Right.
But
It's going to be a grind. I guess you don't really – that is something you don't necessarily know with this team at this moment in time. Like, there's a lot of variability. Like, they could really just take off, and they couldn't. I think that's a cool thing to be a part of right now as well.
yeah,
We'll learn some more about this team over these next 5 games.
That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure.
And before we close out the podcast, I just have some news that I want to shine on. And I want to say thank you to Celtics Talk Weekly too. I want to give a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart because we are no longer partnered with Celtics Talk Weekly. So it's just Celtics Nation Rise now, but thank you for the guys over there. Go show them love too at Celtics Talk Weekly. And if you guys are coming over here from Celtics Talk Weekly again, thank you for joining us on this journey. And I appreciate everything from the bottom of my heart from those guys. And they know what they're doing too. So shout out to the guys at Celtics Talk Weekly. Show them some love. Show us some love. And again, thank you guys so much. So end of an era, open up a new journey.
Yep, 100%. Right there with you, Griffin. Everything you said, I'm right there with you.
Yep. And David, anything you got to say before we get ready to close it out?
No, I mean, thankful for the times we had and excited for the times we have moving forward. And I think that phrase could be used for Celtics Talk Weekly to Celtics CNR. And that phrase can also be used for the Celtics of past and the Celtics of the present. So we'll just see how this team looks moving forward. It'll be an interesting week. And I hope everyone enjoys their Thanksgiving.
Yeah, definitely. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Eat a lot of food. Take time with your family and get some rest.
Yeah, and again, you guys, make sure to join us on this journey because this is going to be a fun one, you guys. We're going to be bringing you, again, main Celtics coverage. We're going to be bringing you Celtics coverage all year long. And again, fan series is over right now. We'll be bringing it back in the summer, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But if you guys want the opportunity to come on a podcast with us, let us know. Like, we're open to it. So hit us up in the comments if you guys want to be a part of this podcast at times. Let us know. So again, happy Thanksgiving. Andrew, can we give that turkey sound one more time?
Of course.
I just want to hear it sound in desperation again.
That sounds awful.
It sounds awful. I did not.
It's his inner mater.
Listen. See, it's the pecan at the end. It's like it's traumatized. It scares me.
That is actually really scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Cry for help.
Poor turkey. Turkey.
Well,
we're thankful for the turkeys, and we're thankful for providing us food. So thank you.
That's right. But again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And again, with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. And again, happy Turkey Day, happy Thanksgiving. Go Celtics. We will see you guys with the next one. Peace, guys.
Happy Turkey Day.